Recapped here. Today I'm going to explain an horror film, a little fantasy, called The Ruins. This got spoilers people, but if you like that, life is good. So Stacy and Amy, best friends, are just chilling in Mexico on a vacation with their boyfriends Eric and Jeff. While chilling by the pool, Amy notices, hey, where's my earring? This random tourist appears and hey, I found your ring, lady. So just like when you're on vacation, chill people invite other chill people to the group. So they start talking and they realize Matthias is going to go to this unique temple in Mexico. He says he will get his brother who has gone there with a girl, an archaeologist, but they never came back. And for some odd reason, they're like, hey man, that's kinda cool. We should visit that place too. So Matthias invites them and they're like, yeah, we like danger. So they go to a beach party, things get a little wild and Amy gets a little very drunk. So Jeff tells Amy, hey man, could you just go to bed? And he just leaves like, hey, just be a responsible woman. You're in the right state to make decision. So the archaeologist Matthias is like, yo lady, you gotta chill a little because you're not the temple I wanna explore. So Matthias is saved by Stacy. Woohoo, good man. So Jeff comes by and sees Matthias with his friends Dmitri with the original map and they're making a copy for themselves. Noting that this only exists on the old map but not on the new maps. Maybe that's a sign though. So Amy is a little hangover and she tells Jeff, hey man, I'm not really interested man. But like usual boyfriends, they can sweet talk. So Matthias calls his brother, nada, maybe he should try Instagram. Oh wait, it didn't exist back then. Matthias asks the taxi driver, yo, ¿tú me puedes llevar a este templo? And of course, he's like, no. He tells him it's just a bad place, man. So Dmitri bribes the driver with a little money, das vidania. And there they go, right into danger. So the taxi driver drops them at the location, but Amy is like, whoa, this feels like dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. Especially when the transportation went back. But Matthias have this weird word phone something and he's like, hey man, we can just call him back. It's safe. So they hike around the woods and they see some children far away. They're like, hey, those are Mayans? So Matthias finds a hidden trail to their location. And Amy immediately says, why is it hidden? Such a smart woman. So when they arrive at the temple, they're amazed. Amy is taking picture. And suddenly this foreign man in Mexico that doesn't speak Spanish, we're like, hey, we don't understand you, but you seem kind of frustrated. Jeff realized that he doesn't really speak Spanish, so he might need money. He's asking for that. What an intelligent man. And Amy does the best thing she can do, taking picture of the moment. Jeff of course tells her to stop, you have to be a lady, and Matthias shows the man a picture of his brother on the phone, trying to explain with pictures that, hey man, we're looking for my brother. And then Amy decided, but in the future I'm gonna be an Instagram photographer. And the guy was like, no, that's the devil. Dmitri immediately reacts and takes the camera and tries to offer the man to show him gratitude. Take the camera, it's a good one. So they shoot him with an arrow and then shoot him in the head. Did not expect that though. So they run up the temple because a bunch of more Mayans are surrounding it. They're like, oh man, we need to run away. And at the top there seems to be tents and everything as if it was a holiday summer camp. But they're like, wait a second, there's nobody here. Jeff tells Matthias, call for help. But the Mayans took his phone. While looking around, Matthias sees a man wrapped in veins with a knife sticking out his chest. And he realizes, oh no, it's my brother. So Jeff notices that a bunch of Mayans are surrounding the temple, but at the same time, they're not getting any closer though. So the group is like, hey, I'm not sure Dimitri's friends are ever gonna come back, so I think we are on our own, ladies and gentlemen. But Jeff believes also, hey man, if we don't go to the hotel will get worried. But at the same time, Jeff is like, no water drinking like crazy first world country. This is a precious time, we need to chill. Because Jeff tells them we don't even have enough resource for a day. But suddenly Matthias is like, yo, there's a phone. Whose phone? Oh, that's my brother. We have the same ringtone. Inside the ruins? Why is it down there? Of course, Matthias is so happy about this information and he goes down to get the phone because it might help them. But Amy, the only one that noticed it with the good glasses she's wearing, is like, yo, I think this rope is about to break. So Jeff and Eric immediately says, come over here. And suddenly the rope snaps. Man, we didn't see that coming, right, Chile? Of course. But Eric says, I can still hear him. He's alive. So Jeff of course says, hey man, lightweight ladies, go down there. So Jeff suggests the ladies that, hey, maybe you can go down there to help. Amy is angry like, whoa, no, we can't do that. Jeff is like, we can operate this machine. It's not about misogyny. It's about you're lightweight and I'm stronger. So then the more independent woman, Stacy, decides, I'm gonna go there. So while Stacy is going there, then the men realize, hey man, I don't think this rope is long enough. And surprisingly, with her huge balls, she jumps down. Woo. But she lands on a freaking lamp. Ow. And Matthias is asking for help because he can't feel his leg. So the group on the top is like, hey man, how can we help this guy that possible has a broken back? So Lady Disagreeable, Amy, is like, we can't move the guy with the broken back because we might break even more. So just like in real society, she decides, I'm just gonna go there and ask for help. They would understand. And Jeff runs down there immediately and the mice were like, no, no, no. And she forces Jeff, speak Spanish. And he's like, they don't speak that language. So Amy is so frustrated that her tears doesn't work in this first world country for some odd reason and throws a piece of plant and it hits a child. And they shoot the kid in front of the mother and the mother even understands why. So of course right now they know these Mayans mean business. So while Jeff is building this comfy bed and Amy is pondering what the heck just happened, Jeff realized there's something wrong with his vine. It doesn't make any sense. Stacy hears the phone again, but the vine seems to be covering it, but at the same time the vine is moving. Amy decides to test the bed, but they realize the cable isn't long enough to reach the floor. We can't just lift this guy up. So Amy is like, we gotta make the cable longer. This has to go up. Stacy's like, no, no, we're gonna lift him up. He's gonna get hurt, but I don't care because I don't want to stay here anymore. Hey man, we are two. He is one. Democracy. Matthias screams in pain, but he is a real man. And successfully, luckily and everything, they managed to get everybody from the shed. So while looking for some medicine in Matthias' backpack, they find out that he actually leaves the next day very early. So that would mean the friends of Matthias might be worried about him and they might come look for him. So officially, they only need to survive one night. Amy also finds the key of the jeep they passed by earlier. Amy is consoling Stacy because Stacy feels bad that they left this strong, independent man that cried like a baby. So Jeff decides to be the guardian of the temple so everybody else can sleep. But at the bottom of this temple, it's quite clear the Mayans are just enjoying Netflix. So when Stacy wakes up, she's like, yo man, this plant is growing everywhere. Wait, in my leg too? Yes, the plant is actually trying to get into the cut on her leg. She freaks out and Eric starts pulling this vine out of her leg. Matthias also screams out, yo, I can move my leg, but wait, what? And while removing the blankets and looking at the state of his leg, Amy's like, no, whoa. Jeff of course immediately helps with the wounds and suddenly the phone rings again down there. Does it have a solar panel? So they send of course the two women again, they're gangster. The women walk further into the temple, while Stacy is reluctant. They're still going through those vines, especially after seeing what they can do. And they decide to crawl through a small corner. They got balls! And they find a woman. Hey, maybe that's the woman that went with their brother. And she is clutching the phone. And they take the phone, but they find out, wait a second, this thing is freaking broken. And they're like, wasn't this ringing? And suddenly they hear the ringing sound. Gee, it's the plant. So it's actually those beautiful trumpet red flowers that are making that sound. And when she touches it, this even scared me while editing the video. And they quickly run to the shaft because these vines is like, yummy, ladies on the mat. And they scream to the guys, pull us up, you have one freaking job, we're lightweight, pull us up. And they do women break down like, oh my god, we are gonna die horribly today. And they're telling everybody these vines are alive, they made the sound, and do not tell me I'm on my period. And Eric realized, okay man, this can't be fake. We have to do something crazy to get out of here. We got the key, we can maybe run to the jeep. But Jeff is like, yeah, but that's also dangerous. And Amy's like, these Mayans want us to die. They know we're on the menu, better us than them. But Jeff still believes somebody will rescue them. While they share the little resource they have, Jeff goes to check Matthias' condition, which is actually very bad. And Stacy is a little paranoid because she feels something in her leg. And Jeff brings the good news that we might have to cut Matthias' leg because there's no more flesh covering his freaking bone. Eric and Amy are like, no, we're not gonna do that because we only have a small knife and no anesthesia. That's like eating soup with a fork. But Jeff, of course, intelligent as he is, he can't feel his leg, so he won't be hurt. So the ladies go hide in the tent and cover their ears. Meanwhile, they are hammering those bones to mush and start cutting everything to save a good friend. Eric's job is to hold him down. Jeff burns his leg. Now the plants know roast is on the menu. Amy and Stacy come outside saying you lied to us about he doesn't feel anything. But Jeff, smart man that he is, says, hey man, it might be nerve damage or he's just a little traumatized by what he's seeing and he suddenly feels it. By then they realize these plants are carnivorous, just like us. We share a very negative trait. Stacy desperately checks the phone for a signal. No hope. Jeff goes down to watch the Mayan like Netflix, and the Mayans watch him like Netflix. Amy goes to Eric outside, express they're worried about Stacy. Amy cries and Eric comforts her. You know. Stacy suddenly wakes up by the sound of moaning and goes outside and confronts Amy and Eric like, yo, what you doing? Is that your last fish before you die? Stacy shouts at them, but they're like, yo, we didn't do anything. We don't have condoms. Jeff comes up like, yo, I was watching Netflix. What's happened? Of course, Stacy knows that Amy is one funky lady. So Stacy immediately tells Jeff, did you know that Amy almost went to Matthias? But by the time they were talking about Matthias and they look, ooh, we have another funky scene right there. And the vines already went inside, stopped his breathing, and Matthias is gone. No more funky for drunk Amy. And of course Stacy's like, wait a second, they're inside my leg too. She almost cut herself, but of course friends save each other from themselves. So while Amy shouts now at Eric, the flowers also shouts at Eric. Like Stacy. So while Jeff and Amy are watching Netflix, they realize the Mayans are throwing salt on the floor. Amy asks for forgiveness for whatever happened, and Jeff is like, we're gonna die, woman. I don't care. So Eric calls them and says there's something wrong with Stacy. Come look. And it seems Stacy was not paranoid. She was right. There's something in her body. So they take immediate action, cut through her skin to get that vine out. She cries out in pain, but they hold on to her. They also have to get the other one that's inside her bag as well. As they eat the last food, one grape each, with a little ketchup, Stacy is still kinda paranoid, not calmed down. She still feels them in the body, man. She tries to grab the knife, but Jeff stops her. He's saying that we need to stop cutting. We got them all, baby. But Stacy's like, I can feel it in my head. Makes me think, why do you want the knife then? Amy gives her a bottle of alcohol so she can calm down, but I see the vine in her head. They all look away because whatever happens in the head stays in the head, just like Las Vegas. But it's evident in their faces, they don't have poker faces. So Eric is like, look man, we gotta do something. I'm gonna run. That's it. Later Stacy wakes up when everybody is sleeping and she gets the knife. And Stacy is now cutting her whole body to try to get these vines out. But she lashes out and accidentally cuts him in the palm. While Eric tries to calm her down, she turns like a ninja. And now he's gonna die the most peaceful death in the movie. She wakes up now that she realizes what the heck she has done. Eric stakes out his hands to Stacy. What a gentleman. And the vines drag slowly his body away, just like Titanic. In pain, Stacy cries out for her boyfriend and begs Amy, take me to Titanic too. I don't wanna let him go. But Jeff does remove the knife to put Stacy out of her misery, but Amy does not agree. 3 deaths later, they decided to make a break for it. Jeff gives the key to Amy and tell her to not look back when she's running. So Amy makes Jeff swear that he'll still be at the temple, alive or dead, when she gets back. Using their allies' fake blood, Jeff carries Amy to make the Mayans see a Netflix movie with a dead woman carried by a gentleman handsome man. The Mayans, of course, are watching this closely. So Jeff decides, I'm going to talk to them, walk to the other side of the temple, make them watch me like a Netflix documentary, but we're going to watch in a different direction, away from the supposed dead lady. Jeff starts screaming loudly, Amy! While they think he's just talking gibberish, they didn't even realize Amy was running away. Hopefully Amy will find his body. I mean, he promised he will stay there, but not alive. But the Mayans realize, yo, that scene, it wasn't about the dead woman. She's alive, let's go get it. She reaches the jeep, drives away, but then, she got a vine in the face. Man, that actually rhymed. And now the meet your friends come at the Mayan movie. We have reached the end. Remember to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell if you really enjoyed this short movie.